Imagine your investment goes up 10% in a year. The statement looks great, the number is bigger, and you feel richer. Now here's the uncomfortable part. In that same year, you may have actually gotten poorer. Not on paper you won. But in real life, in what your money can actually buy, you fell behind. The reason is a single word the financial world quietly leaves off your statement, and once you can see it, you'll never trust a return number the same way again. Almost everyone judges money by one thing. Did the number get bigger? Your salary? Your savings? Your portfolio? If the figure went up, you assume you came out ahead. But a number growing and your wealth growing are not the same thing. The figure on your statement is what's called the nominal return. It counts the dollars, but it completely ignores what those dollars can buy. And in a world where prices climb every single year, counting dollars without counting prices is how people feel richer while quietly falling behind. So here's the fix, and it takes one subtraction. There are two returns hiding in every number you're ever quoted. The first is the nominal return, the headline figure your statement shows. The second is inflation, how much prices rose over that same stretch. Subtract inflation from your nominal return, and what's left is the real return, the actual increase in what your money can buy. Nominal is the story you're told. Real is the story your shopping cart tells. Only one of them pays your bills. Let's run our 10% through it. Your account proudly says you earned 10% this year. Good. But over that same year, prices rose 8%. Groceries, rent, fuel, everything. So while your dollars grew by 10, the cost of living grew by 8. Subtract one from the other and your real return is only about 2%. You didn't gain 10% of buying power, you gained 2. 4/5 of that beautiful number was just inflation handing you the same purchasing power back and calling it a profit. Now stretch that gap across the years because this is where it gets sneaky. Picture $10,000 growing at a nominal 10% a year. On paper it rockets up. 26,000 after a decade, 67,000 after 20 years. The line looks incredible. But draw a second line for what that money can actually buy. After 8% inflation eats away each year, and it barely lifts off the floor. Same investment. Same statement, two completely different stories, and the gap between the line you're shown and the line you can spend only widens with time. Here's the part that flips everything you've been told about safety. Compare two people. One keeps her money in a safe savings account paying 5%. In a year, inflation runs at 6%. Her real return is -1%. The safe account actually lost her buying power. The other invests in something riskier, earning 8%, while inflation sits at 3%. His real return is a healthy 5%. The safe choice quietly went backwards. The risky one genuinely grew. Real return doesn't care which option felt comfortable. It only measures which one actually moved you forward. So let this reframe everything. You do not spend percentages. You do not spend the number on the statement. You spend buying power, what your money can actually carry out of the store. From now on, every time someone quotes you a return, a savings rate, a bond yield, a guaranteed 12%, do the one subtraction, take off inflation. Whatever's left is the only number that ever mattered. And this trap isn't just for investors. It's quietly waiting in your paycheck too. Your boss gives you a 3% raise. It feels like a win, a thank you, a step up. But if prices that year rose 5%, your real raise was -2%. You're working the same job for less buying power than last year, while the bigger number on your payslip convinces you you're getting ahead. A raise that doesn't beat inflation isn't a raise, it's a pay cut wearing a thank you card. So here's the whole lesson in one move. Every return has two layers, the nominal number you're shown and the real number you actually keep. To find what counts, take the headline return and subtract inflation. A 7% return in 3% inflation is really 4%. A 5% savings account in 6% inflation is really -1. The dollars can grow while your buying power shrinks, and the only way to know which is happening is to do the subtraction every single time. If this changed how you read a return, the perfect next watch is our breakdown on inflation, the silent tax nobody sends you a bill for, that's quietly working against every dollar you don't invest. And remember, this is education, not financial advice. Real returns bounce around and carry risk, so do your own research for your situation. Subscribe for more money ideas explained in plain English, and I'll see you in the next one.